Welcome to all of you, the Daily Review. First article. Fears of a second wave as Italy records 1,000 COVID cases in 24 hours. Worst daily figure since lockdown restrictions were lifted in May. So they're basically getting them ready for their second wave in Italy. Russia launches a second COVID vaccine. It avoids the side effects of the first one. Okay. An article about Sweden. No lockdown, no masks, no hysteria, no problem. Sweden didn't go into corona coma and it's living in normality. Proof that we got it all wrong? Yes, but also what you have to remember about Sweden is that they have microchips in their hands, people, and also they have a cashless society more or less now, so they're way advanced in the New World Order, so therefore they didn't need these lockdowns as much as other countries did because they're ahead of the curve. COVID will be around forever and Brits will need repeated vaccinations, warns scientist. So they're getting you used to the fact that this will be around forever. It's part of your new normal and therefore you have to have your new normal vaccinations to make sure you don't get COVID-19. You know? Oh dear. So they're talking about schools now and how they're going to socially distance a high school. And what they say is if one child gets sick, then they will lock down the entire year. Okay? That doesn't really sound like a stable system to me, to be quite honest with you. I think that will cause a lot of upheaval. Right, so this guy has been sentenced to 6 weeks in jail because he entered a quarantine facility and he hugged and spoke to a friend in isolation. So he actually has been put into jail for 6 weeks as he dared to hug one of his friends and breach the quarantine rules. Yeah. It goes from bad to worse. Heavy-handed Manchester police raided a birthday party for a girl aged 10 after receiving a tip-off that they were breaching strict COVID rules. So now the police, instead of getting drug dealers and all this sort of stuff, what they're after now is breaking up wild, intense, raucous 10-year-old girl birthday parties. Yeah. Ah dear. And they fined the single mother of the household £50. Yeah. So I bet they felt satisfied after their work. The police that did that. Yeah, guys, we broke up a party. Yeah, it was insane. They're like animals. Oh really? Yeah. Another story to do with police. They call for social distancing as they're pelted with missiles. So more and more stories about the police and how they can't handle things and they're getting attacked and this and that. They can't cope with these parties that are happening. Okay, so look for what happens with the police and also with these parties. They'll probably change the laws. BBC considering dropping Rule Britannia and Land of Hope and Glory in wake of BLM protests because organisers fear backlash over the links to colonialism and slavery. So again, more distraction. Instead of worrying about lockdowns and all this, you should be more worried about the songs that we sing at the Royal Albert Hall. This is a doctor, right? And basically he threw his toys out the pram, right? Because what he did is he said he would threaten to resign if Dominic Cummings didn't resign. Now, Dominic Cummings is the advisor to Boris Johnson who broke lockdown rules. And what this doctor said is that he would resign unless the guy who broke the lockdown rules resigned. So, you know, it's just a story there to sort of back up the official narrative. And there he is in his mask as well. So why did I make this meme of Jeff Bezos from Amazon? Because I went onto his his newspaper website, because he owns the Washington Post. He's a billionaire, soon to be a trillionaire, and he bought the Washington Post, okay? So when you go on there, you'll find, look, you can only read a limited number of articles each month for free. So therefore what they want you to do is obviously pay, because poor Jeff doesn't have enough money. You know, he's not quite a trillionaire yet, so he needs you to help his newspaper out. Yeah? And then look what it says underneath the Washington Post. Democracy dies in darkness. That's very ominous. I don't know what they're trying to say with that, to be honest with you. But the fact that a billionaire is asking you for money to read the newspaper is just pathetic. Do you hear me, Jeff? This gets a bit more serious now. Cabinet Office drawn up emergency plans to prepare for UK worst case scenario if a second wave of COVID coincides with no deal Brexit. Leaked document reveals. Again, they're leaking these documents, right? Preliminary set of reasonable worst case scenario planning assumptions to support civil contingencies, planning for the end of the transition period. Now that is a catchy title, isn't it? It rolls off the tongue. Anyway, so what it is a document plan that they've written up, and it warns of potential social care crisis from councils going bankrupt. Yeah? So they're saying there will be a social care crisis, councils will go bankrupt, and the army will be drafted in to prevent public disorder. So in just that paragraph there, you've got a lot of information of what they think is going to happen. Now, when they say they think, that's what they want to happen. They're just putting it out there so that everyone's aware of what the agenda is. It also says here, they are planning for potential public disorder caused by food shortages and price hikes. So they're going to put the price of food up, they're going to say there's food shortages, and then there will be public disorder, and therefore they're probably going to have to draft in the army. Okay? Simple as that. That's what they're trying to say to you. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But usually when they say these things, they do happen, because they tell you what they're doing in advance. Idiot of the week, Rod Stewart. Look at him and his wife posing for selfies while they're wearing these stupid masks. And I'm sorry, Rod Stewart, you look like a middle-aged woman, mate. A senile middle-aged woman who doesn't know where they are. Embarrassing, mate. Embarrassing. Idiot of the week goes to Rod Stewart. Anyway, that was a daily review for all of you. Please donate some money to Jeff Bezos, because he hasn't got enough money, okay? He's not a trillionaire yet, so... Anyway, guys, everyone take care. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Peace and blessings to all.